Electric Cafe.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Electric Cafe. In this video, I wanted to do an introduction of the channel and kind of go over the channel as a whole and welcome a lot of new subscribers. In the past 2 weeks, I've gotten about 100 new subscribers, and I'm really excited about that, and I'm nearing 700. And I never thought I would kind of get to these numbers. I'm doing this channel for very selfish reasons and sort of treating this channel like my diary, and it's really exciting that people have found interest in some of my videos and have actually checked in and watched some of them. So I'm really excited about that. I really thank you guys. Last week I sent out a message on my Bandcamp page for my label, and a lot of new subscribers came over. So I felt like it was the time to sort of welcome all the new subscribers, but also do an introduction. So first off, why I'm doing the channel. It's really simple. I love talking about music. It was really hard growing up in the 80s trying to find people that were into electronic music. As I kind of gotten older, a lot of my friends and a lot of people at school were into rock music or hip hop or popular music. I always felt like kind of like the outcast, and it was really hard to connect with people that were into the music I was into. Like I was always as far as back as when I was like 9 or 10 years old, I was like a fixture in any record store in my area, no matter where I lived throughout the last 35 years. And so record stores were one of the only places that I could find people to talk about music with. And so once the internet started in the mid-90s, I was on right away and trying to find forums that I could talk to other people about music. And it was really exciting because a lot of the music I listened to was European. And so, I would connect with people that were from Europe, and it seemed like they would be a little bit more into the styles that I was into, because a lot of the artists I was into growing up, were European. Everybody from Depeche Mode to New Order to The Cure, etc. And then all the electronic music that I got in through the late 80s and 90s. And so, there was a lot of different forums. And then around 2001, I got on Discogs, and I was a fixture on the forums back in the day, and I met a lot of great people on Discogs, and I became an editor on Discogs and a moderator on Discogs, and I was there for about 3-4 years doing that. And then around the mid 2000s, the subforums came out in Discogs, and that kind of shattered the community a little bit. It kind of fractured the community. There used to be just electronic music chat and maybe a couple other forums, but for the most part, when the subforum started, everybody kind of started their other subforums, and everybody kind of went distance, and it was kind of a sad story, and everybody just kind of did their own thing, and it kind of fractured the community. And then now you see the forums, and there's barely any interactions on there. But there was a time there where we would have 50 to 100, 150 people posting per day. Having conversations on there. It was a great time to meet people. I met a lot of great people on there. As the 2000s went on, MySpace became a place where you talk about music, and that's sort of filled the void a little bit. And then Facebook became that a little bit. But in the last couple of years, I really kind of and Facebook kind of gone down in its own way, and just. I've lacked the place to kind of talk about music, and that's kind of in the back of my mind. I always thought about having a YouTube channel where I could talk more about music. And I'm not somebody who wants to be on the video. I don't like the attention. I don't necessarily like being on the video and stuff like that. If I could have my own radio channel, if I could have my own Sirius channel and talk about music, I would do that all day. I don't necessarily want to be on video, but I do love talking about music. And so that's the reason why I'm having this channel. It's that simple. It's talking about music. It's discovering music. It's sharing music. And also, eventually I like to do lists, best of, and things like that, special videos, and things like that. So, that's the idea of why I have the channel. It's that simple. I think I have a lot of experience in different sides and different, I guess, I wouldn't even say jobs, just different experiences with electronic music over the air, different roles I've done. And if you're interested in my background, I'll put a link above my video, above my head here, where there's a video of me. I started it I did it back when I first started the channel about a little bit over a year ago, and it talks a little bit about my background. So if you're interested in getting to know my background so you can get to know me better. I don't like talking about myself a lot, but if you want to check that video, I reluctantly did that video just so you guys can get to know my background and maybe just to know a little bit about what I bring to the channel as far as my experience and things like that. So the second thing I wanted to talk about is the outline of the content on the channel. So if you see my playlist, there's a few different playlists that I have. The first thing is I do two different type of reviews on my channel. I do an album review where I talk about the entire album, and then I play the album, and then you see my scores above each track, and then my scores at the end of the album. That's a normal review that I do. That's kind of the format that I've kind of settled on. I try to few different things and where to talk about the song, maybe just play a song and then review that song, and then, but I think the best way to do it is talk about it at the beginning of the video, and then if you like to listen to it, then you can listen to the album if you'd like to see my scoring on it as well, and then my scoring on the album. So that's a normal review. I also do what I call a quick album score, and in that I just play the whole album, and I score each song, and then score the album at the end. And that I do that when I'm like playing an album, during the week, during my regular week, and I happen to score it at the same time. I may not have that much to say about it. I don't feel like doing a video on it, but the real important thing to do in this channel that I want to do is I want to rate songs and albums that I already know, and so I can eventually get to lists. And that's one of the other subjects, or I guess playlist that you'll see is called lists, and in my playlist, and that is basically what it sounds like. They're lists of top, my top 30 Ice House videos for my top 30 Ice House tracks, for example, is a list that I've recently done. I also did a top 221 trance songs that I'm very in-depth list that I'm really proud of, and it took a lot of time in making, and it was like 15 videos. It's very in-depth. If you like trance, definitely check out my top 221 trance videos or trance songs. That's a really list I'm very proud of. Also, I did a recent list, my top 50 IDM artists all time. I also did another one, my top 20 ambient artists to sleep to. So if you're interested in some of those lists, they'll be under the list categories. I broke them down to 10 different, what I feel like is good, a good coverage of all the styles that I'm into. I'm not sure if I'll break down some of the subgenres into other playlists. Like I could get a little bit more granular about that and have one for like house music, for like deep house, Italo house, and regular house, and sort of have that. But for now, I just have electronic dance and electronic other. And then you can see the playlist that I have. There's 10 playlists in total. So again, right now for the content, I have 10 playlists where you can find reviews of those particular genres. I have one on lists where they're best of lists, which hopefully once I get to reviewing a lot of different, bands and artists and things like that and songs, you'll start to see more lists. And then I have a third one called specials. And in the specials, it can be topics that I do a video about, all kinds of things. I've done a recent one on why I don't participate in Record Store Day. I've done one on the death of Douglas McCarthy from Nights Red that I wanted to talk about. I also did another video about why it's hard to listen to Joy Division for me personally because of Ian Curtis. Those are 3 examples of videos that I've done where they're kind of not necessarily reviews, but they're just general topics, so I put those in the special category. There's also another series I'm doing down in the playlist. It's called Electric Cafe Recommends. In those videos, which I'll be doing every couple months, it's about an hour-long video where I talk about new music that's coming out that I've come across or discovered, or reissues that are coming out. So if you're interested in new music coming out and what's coming out in record stores, that might be a video that you're interested in. It gives me an opportunity to kind of share some newer music that I'm doing that I may not actually do a review on or review in general, but it's something that I want to share that's coming out that I think is worthy of checking out. So look for those video series as well. Electronic Cafe Recommends. And then lastly, I have a playlist for my DJ mixes. Right now, I only have one DJ mix up, but I could put up a lot more. But that's very secondary. I don't want to make this channel about me. I want to make it more about other artists and their music. But occasionally, I will put in one of my mixes if you like to check out some of the mixes that I'm interested in and some of the music that I play. And then lastly, my future goals for the channel in the new year. So obviously more reviews, more ratings, more lists. That's going to be the standard and the bulk of my channel. But I also want to do more special videos. But starting in the new year, I'm going to be doing some more interviews with artists that I like, with artists that I follow, artists that are friends of mine, some of the ones that maybe I'm not friends with, but I've really admired for a long time. So that's something that I'd like to do. So expect more interviews in the new year. I already have a few lined up, and I'm really excited to do some more interviews. Also, I'd like to feature more other, I guess maybe collectors and friends of mine into music, into the videos, and also maybe even rate music with me, or share their collections, or maybe just share topics. So more conversational videos with friends and people that are into collecting and listening to music, and or maybe into or run their own label, or friends of mine that do their own music, stuff like that. I want to do some more features and share more other people that I know in the people that I know that are really into electronic music and things like that, and hopefully feature them on the channel as well. If there's an electronic producer out there and you're making music, or you know somebody who's making music, and you need somebody who's an honest, maybe a person that you don't know to give you feedback on your new music, I would love to be that person, and hopefully I can be a person that people feel trusted enough to send their new music to get feedback on. Using my experience. And then to go further with that, I would love to help, if I feel like I can help you find an avenue, or coach you, or even mentor you on your music, on if I can help you find a label, if I can give you any kind of artist, I guess, information or tips or anything like that. I do some artist management and things like that. So in the past, so I would love to help you reach your goals and help you reach a wider audience. I'm very in tune with the physical music market landscape of digital, everything like that, Bandcamp, YouTube algorithms, all those things like that. So I'm definitely interested in all that stuff, and I have some experience in all of it. And so if I can help any producer or artist with growing their music, or even if it's just feedback on what I think about their music, and you just want somebody to check out your music and give you their idea of it, I would love to do that. So that's a side future goal that I really want to get to, and sort of be that type of person where somebody has some music and they just would like some feedback on them making music, or maybe it's just somebody else's music just in general. It can be anybody anybody you want me to do a review on. I'd be interested in it. But I definitely want to be looked at as a channel that features a lot of great music, past and present. I want to play a lot of music on my channel. It all depends on the copyright issues. But if something's copyrighted, I'll redo the video and post it without the music. That's not a problem. But I'd like to be a channel where you can go to, and if you want to hear the new whatever album, and you come to the channel, and even if you don't play my review of it, you still play the music, because I'm gonna feature some great music on here and share some great music. So that's an overview of my channel, Electric Cafe. I hope you enjoy the content, what's coming, and what I've done in the past. And if you have any feedback for me, you can always email me. I like to keep it positive in the comments, and so far I've met a lot of great people through the channel already, and I'm really excited about the future, and meeting a lot of great people, and also reconnecting with a lot of people that I've known on other platforms that haven't necessarily come over, or maybe I haven't shared with them that I'm doing this channel, or maybe they haven't found me yet. But so I'm really excited about the future of connecting with a lot of great people out there interested in like-minded music. hopefully the channel gets better and better, and I really appreciate you taking the time to take an interest in my channel and all the great music we're sharing on this channel. It's really it really fills a void for me personally, so I thank you for that. I thank you for taking interest in some of this great music with me, and this is really a diary of my music life, my adventures, my finding music, playing music, and sharing music. That this is like my video diary of that. So hopefully in the future, some people will, maybe 20, 30 years down the line, maybe they'll look back and take interest in the videos, and that's kind of like leaving a legacy. And in some respects, I think everybody leaves their own legacy when it comes to music and their involvement in it. And I've done things here and there that I'm proud of, but maybe this YouTube channel thing, maybe this is the one that really becomes the most impactful for me as a music lover, and maybe this is the channel. Who knows? But I really thank you for taking the time to watch my videos and take an interest of it. And if there's anything I can do for you, just send me an email. And if there's anything I can review for you, send me an email as well. Thanks a lot, and we'll see you on the videos. I got a lot of great videos coming up this week. I've been a little bit under the weather this past week. That's why a lot of the videos haven't shown. I'm feeling better. I look a little haggard. I look like Merle Haggard right now. But I'm excited on some great videos I have coming up. Some submissions I've gotten requests to review. Also some new music that's came out in the last week that I'm excited to share about, and as well as some friends' music that I'm really can't wait to share with you. Some of my some friends that I know, some of their new music coming up in the next couple weeks. Some really cool stuff coming out. So yeah, we'll see you on the next videos on Electric Cafe. Thank you so much for your time again, and we'll see you on the next one.